Well, a very good evening, Dirtfish Rally friends. End of the opening day here on the island of Sardinia. Listen, anyone who follows rallying will know that this is one of the most challenging on the calendar. We kind of expected a bit of drama, but David, it was one of the most dramatic days we've seen in a very long time.
One of the most dramatic stages, Colin. It was that middle stage that we predicted. The carnage was coming, and it absolutely did.
It claimed a few scalps, but maybe the most notable scalp was that of Thierry Neuville.
Sometimes pictures say more than words. I mean, I lost a little bit the front in the entry of a flat corner and went 10 centimeters wide. I had to correct the line. The rear touched the stone on the outside, and that was basically game over for us.
That stage, I mean, tell us about it. It's caused some absolute carnage today.
Yeah, I mean, from the profile, it's a nice stage. It's a challenging stage, of course. Very narrow, and the smallest mistakes in those situations, can mean the off. Like I say, very unfortunate. We lost the front and the entry. We didn't expect that, to be honest. I noted this as a flat corner, and that's it. Obviously, it always feels harsh and tough to end up a rally like this. But our last time we ended up like this was here in Sardinia last year. So that obviously doesn't feel good on a rally where we were supposed to make a good result.
What does this mean for championship?
It's not nice, to be honest. We didn't need that, and our target was clear. I mean, I really was surprised. It came like a big surprise. I didn't expect at all to lose the front, and I mean, in a flat corner, it is what it is. I should have what should have, but now it's too late.
Wow, Thierry Neuville. David, his season really goes from bad to worse.
It does. You know, Thierry talked about it in there. 10 centimetres off the line. That's all it took. But we said that, Cole. We drove that stage, and I hate to keep banging on about this, but we drove that stage, and we said these cars are 1875 millimetres wide. There is not much more either side in places. 10 centimetres, you know, that's quite a big margin in places, isn't it? You know, you've got to feel sympathy for any of the drivers that got caught out there, because it's desperate. You know, they're all pushing as hard as they can, and yeah, it was a mistake. But they had 2 runs on the recce, and other people got through there. It's high speed, it's tricky. We know all of that. But yeah, you're right. You know, it's just another difficult event in his very, very trying season.
Well, you know, we talked a fair bit there about the losers today. Let's talk about the winners in particular. Where's his car? His car's just down there.
Yeah.
Sebastien Ogier from 3rd on the road. You know what? I was going to say we saw the best of Ogier today. It wasn't far off it, was it?
The trouble is, so many incredible Fridays from Ogier. You go back and you think, yeah, that was good, that was good, that was good, this was good, that was good. There's always just so much quality to choose from. But I just love the fact that, you know, we spoke to him before the event. What can you do? Can you lead? Not a chance. And here he is leading. You know, he is super canny. We saw him take 2 soft tyres this afternoon, manage the tyres, everything that we said before the event about how this guy can manage, huge brain, drive with his huge brain. He's done it. He's there. He's leading.
Really
He's
has.
in the perfect place tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just an incredible day. Another incredible Friday.
If there will be one stage I will need to do again today, is probably stage 2, where I was maybe a little bit too careful. But if you see how many drivers got trouble in that one, even on a second pass, it was definitely a tricky one. So other than that, I think we've done pretty much the maximum today. Not perfect with tire choices maybe, but that's also the lack of testing, where we have still not enough experience with these tires, and yeah, we were not optimal with that, but still we managed it well, and let's hope we pick up the better one tomorrow, and it's going to be very interesting. Hoyt is not far behind. He's definitely going to give a big push and give me a good fight like always. And Adrien, is right there with a very solid day today, so it will be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, David. It was a magnificent day from Sebastien Ogier. Almost a masterclass. We do say that quite often, but it really was. You know, the youngsters that failed this morning, hopefully this afternoon, they were sitting watching Ogier and learning from the master.
I think you're definitely onto something there. You banged on about that this morning, and I was like, yeah, maybe not. You are right. You are completely right that it is experience. It's to understand where to push. It's to understand how to change the rhythm, and it's all of that. And it's not a surprise that, as you said, it's the younger drivers, the less experienced drivers, who were caught out in such a technical and changeable stage.
And what did Ogier just tell us there? He said that his first run through stage 2 was too cautious.
Yeah.
He needed to validate the notes.
Yeah.
But that didn't matter. You
Yeah.
know, he was not happy to ship time, but he shipped time validating the notes. He can assess risk better than anyone. He can assess risk. We saw it on the last rally, and remember that opening stage on I think on Sunday where he shipped quite a lot of time because he knew that was the
That's
risky
the
stage.
experience.
That's the
100%
experience.
that's the experience.
But do you know what? Ogier does lead, but it's a small lead. It's just over 2 seconds, that lead from Adrien Fourmaux.
That's really been quite rude.
There he is, there he is. Sammy Pyatt, another one who had a great day out there.
Yep.
He's the only youngster that actually can hold his head high at the end of the day.
It was that same deal, wasn't it? It was a conservative approach. It wasn't pushing, it wasn't taking risks. It was just having that margin, and that was crucial through that middle stage.
And he's only 16 seconds off the lead at the end of
I
the
thought you
day.
were going to say he's only 16. He's a little bit older.
Not a little bit older.
Pretty impressive.
Adrien Fourmaux, though, who I was going to talk about Fourmaux. Fourmaux seemed disappointed at the end of the day, but he's 2 seconds behind Sebastien Ogier. But Fourmaux's expectations now are right up there. He expects to win a rally, and he expects to win this one. Realistic?
Absolutely. He knows he's got to get it to Sunday afternoon first. He was leading at lunchtime. I think that's where the disappointment was. You know, we talked to him at lunchtime. You know, you're leading a rally. It's great. You know, you look on EWRC, second best website in the world. You see your name at the top of the timesheets, and it's like, wow, I'm leading. He knows. He now has the pace, the ability to lead rallies, but he's got to be there. He's got to get through these next 2 days. And he does need to do that. You know, we've seen the speed. We know he's got that pace, but he's got to bring the consistency. And for me, a win would be magic for Fourmaux on Sunday afternoon, but a podium would be a brilliant result as well.
I would say that's a good day anyway. A bit frustrated to not be leading tonight, especially for 2 seconds, and knowing that I could have done better in the last one. I changed a little bit my setup for this one, and I went too far. So unfortunately, I lose a lot of grip with the tires, and there was a lot of harshness from the dampers, so I went too stiff. So it's a bit, it's a shame, but I know that I will not do the same mistake tomorrow, and it's going to be fine.
Is that where the 2 seconds is?
Yes, easily, because I was losing a lot on traction, braking, etc. I felt that I have no grip compared to this morning, so I was really struggling. Yeah.
Tomorrow you get to fight with Ogier in very similar road position. What do you think? What's coming tomorrow?
Well, it's a really great thing to fight with Voigt and Seb tomorrow. For me, it's also really good for experience anyway, and I'm pleased to be in this fight. And then we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
David, the man I feared for most this morning, obviously we were concerned about Elfyn Evans, only because we knew how loose it was going to be. Second on the road, maybe we should have given him a little bit more leeway because of that, was Kalle Rovanperä. But my goodness me, again, he looked in trouble this morning. He looked out of sorts. But he came out this afternoon, made a few tweaks to the car in terms of the suspension, made a few tweaks to the setup, and he looked like a different driver.
What did you
sounded
expect?
like a different driver.
What did you expect from him this morning?
Losing
No
me.
test. He'd come off the back of a dodgy old Portugal. Awful shakedown. That's totally unrepresented. What do you expect from
I didn't
that?
expect him to be slower in 1 or 2 of the stages than Elfyn, that's for sure. I didn't expect that.
Fair point.
You know, so
Fiddled with the car at lunchtime. What happened this afternoon?
That's my point. My
Yeah.
point is he was a different driver this afternoon, and it wasn't just on the stages. It was at the stage ends. You could hear it. You could see that confidence coming back again. He's not a kid that's ever lacked belief or confidence.
No.
But you know, it's been in slightly short supply recently, but it was
I mean-
there this afternoon, and I think it bodes well. I would not write him off,
No.
you know, from winning this one yet.
100% not.
22 seconds.
I absolutely wouldn't say, I would never question his self-belief or his confidence. What I would do is I would say he could feel the car wasn't there for him, so he took it steady. He wound it back a notch. He didn't put the car off the road. You know, he's not a guy who will ever doubt his self-confidence. He will doubt the package around
That's
him,
my point.
which he absolutely has done. But the
I
guy's
think-
super confident.
He is, but I think, and I'm difficult to say with Kalle, that you know, we all said after Monty, oh, it's a one-off. After Sweden, you know, after, what was the third round of the championship? Safari. Well, is he beginning to doubt? I think, not doubting, but he was beginning to show maybe a bit of frustration at his ability, lack of ability, to get on top of that issue. He was, I'm telling you, it was frustration. Let's not call it a lack of confidence.
There was frustration.
Frustration.
Absolutely.
Frustration.
Because I think
But he was great today.
He fed back a bit into the team. You know, that the comments to you on the recce videos, can you do it with this car? No.
No.
And, you know, all of that, he knows what he's doing. He knows all of these people work
pressure.
tirelessly all day, and every day. But yeah, he's just reminding them, come on, boys, let's, you know, girls, let's keep going. Fair to say a day of two halves?
Yeah, pretty much. The morning was expected to be difficult. Second on the road, no testing. I was expecting to have a bit of, let's say, trouble getting into the pace and getting comfortable with the car. But yeah, without the first stage of the morning, I think the whole day would have been pretty okay. Definitely afternoon, we changed a little bit the car midday, found a bit better way how it should be, and then yeah, we could do some pretty good times.
Are you beginning to feel a bit more comfortable, particularly with a hard tyre now?
Yeah, feeling-wise, I think like this afternoon was on a Sardinia level. For me, I was pretty happy. I still feel like I need to push a bit too much. The times come, let's say, and the driving is not too bad, but it just feels the tire wear is coming quite big for me. I need to still force the car quite a lot in places. So that's not optimal, but yeah, still we can be at least fast.
Well, let's take a look at one or two of our other drivers that we haven't really touched on, David, because there was so much going on. By the way, if you want to know what happened at M Sport, we're not going to talk about M Sport. They've had maybe the worst day we've seen in a decade out there. I think that's fair to say. But if you want to find out why, have a look. Take a wee look at that video there, press the button. David talks with Rich Milner earlier on, and everything will be explained about the difficult day they've had. Takamoto Katsuta, David, again, not the finest day from him.
No, and it just sounds like one of those really silly ones. Such a slow speed, you know, trying to be neat throughout, I think a hairpin right or something, and it's just toppled over. Just not what he needs.
No, not what he needs.
Absolutely not what he needs.
The other driver that did all he could today and didn't really do much wrong, you'd have to say, was Elfyn Evans. Elfyn, though, clearly struggled on the Saturday when we were in Portugal. He will have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 3 cars in front of him tomorrow.
Yeah.
That gives him a better opportunity to find a rhythm tomorrow, maybe to make up a place or so, and then to be in a good place for Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs a big day tomorrow. He knows he does. And it's up to him to deliver it. You know, the car, the tyre, the whole package didn't give him much confidence, much feeling. That happens when you are first on the road. You don't get that kind of feeling because you're dealing with a lot of loose. Then you're dealing, you know, when it's second pass, the road has evolved completely. You're the first to discover it. It's tricky. You know, not making excuses for Elfyn. It's the way it is.
It's the way it is.
So, yeah, tomorrow he's in a much better place. He needs to pedal to the metal.
Yeah, not ideal position tomorrow, but as you say, a far, far better place.
For me, Col, you know, one of the big takeaways from today is if we would see maybe, I don't know, 20% of the field have gone out in that second stage.
Might be.
Where could they have gone to get through that stage? Where could they have gone to learn a little bit more rallycraft?
Well, you know where the #1 driving school in the world is. It's Dirtfish. That's what we do best. It really is. We teach people how to drive, not just rally drivers, but we have had some of the very finest rally drivers honing their skills at Dirtfish. It's there for you. It's there for me.
It's there for Thierry Nevuille.
And even
we'll give you a discount.
You know, we would. The experience that you can get in a car at Dirtfish is absolutely invaluable. Take a look on our website, which is, David?
drive.dirtfish.com. Or you can just go to dirtfish.com. There's a link in there.
There's an absolute link in there.
Yeah.
Folks, it has been the most remarkable day out there today. But again, if you are aficionados of the island of Sardinia and this rally in particular, you'll know that Fridays have always been difficult. Saturdays and Sundays have been surprisingly sublime. Not sublime.
Benign.
Benign! Sublime as well. But
There's
definitely
always
benign.
sublime.
Surprisingly benign over the years. I have a feeling, though, that the stories haven't been told yet, David.
Oh.
We have a lot more to look forward to.
When you've got a lead fight that is so close, anything can happen.
It could be sublime, it could be benign. You know where you've got to stay to find out what the outcome is tomorrow, folks. It's been great having you along with us today. We've got big plans for tomorrow. We'll see you then.